brought along his spray paint, and when he finally came back, he had king marks all over his bottom. He said that it was from when the warden whacked it so hard. But anyways,
Hey guys, welcome to Aaron and Friends. We're talking Area 51 today. Maybe I believe in Area 51, maybe I don't. But we're going to get my friends' opinions on it. Spencer, who are you?
hi, good morning. I'm Spencer, and this morning I set the record for the fastest I have ever gotten ready without skipping any steps.
Well, how fast was it?
It was about 14 minutes. So I got out of bed at 5:40, and I left the house at 5:55.
That's a pretty good record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very
And
fast.
you're going to work on another record, I heard.
Another record?
Well, yeah, it regards coffee and
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna call Guinness, and I'm going to become the fastest coffee drinker while doing a Yoda impression.
don't forget the screaming.
Oh yeah, and the scream because it's calling hot.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sam, who are you? What do you do?
I had to move pretty quick this morning too. Didn't follow all my steps. I didn't eat my bowl of vitamins and take any Metamucil, but I'm good. I'm ready to go.
You want a coffee or anything?
No, I'm good right now. I'll sleep through this one. Yeah, I'm Sam. I enjoy conspiracy theories, so this is kind of up my alley. And Area 51, yes, I believe in it. It's on the map. You can find it.
All right, so let's get into it. Aliens, everyone's talking about them. I've never seen one, so I don't know if they are real or not. But what do you guys think?
Oh, I think, well, how do you put it? Area 51 is real.
Yeah, but what about the alien?
Area 51 is real.
Well,
I can't say too much.
Aliens.
I can't say too much or give out too much information. Aliens.
You got a skunk work or what?
I've got a new contract with Area 52. So, but no, aliens. I think. See, this is a tricky one. It's what do you think aliens are? I mean, alien is anything that doesn't come from this planet or that isn't naturally derived from this planet. So, do aliens exist? Yeah, I mean, biblically, we believe that fallen angels came. They weren't designed or made for this planet. They would be considered an alien because it would be foreign to the earth. So, yeah, anything that's foreign to its natural design is alien. So
they got some heavenly tech.
They've got a lot of knowledge, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine they were just dumb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, only the dumb alien or the dumb angels got sent.
The dumb.
Yeah.
Just low IQ angels.
Yeah.
They're just running into things the whole time.
Which is interesting because the founder of NASA was a demonologist.
Yeah, the guy that worked on the
rocket.
Yeah.
And so, they talk about how they've used some incantations during some of the NASA deals to get things through. So, I mean, they believe.
Right. They think it's demonic, more of a demonic force.
I think it's more of a demonic force than it is yeah.
Yeah. Spencer, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I've definitely know that we have detected like microbial life on other planets. I remember seeing that we detected life on Mars in microbial form. I don't know about extraterrestrial life though, and like as an intelligent species. But yeah, I agree on the part that there's definitely like angels and demons, and yeah, they would technically be considered aliens.
They're interdimensional.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a great disguise. I come in peace. Where's your president? Take me to your leader.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great disguise. It's a good way to get people off the right path. And it's a great way to explain the rapture too. The mothership came, took everybody, all these people are gone. Now we can follow these new aliens.
Why don't they call it fathership? Why is it always mothership?
It has to do with caring and
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a nurturing sound.
That's true.
If it was a warship, then it would be the fathership.
Yeah, but here comes Dad.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot worse than the
Here comes Papa B-52.
Wait till your father gets home. No!
Oh, yeah, she.
They're called a Death Star, I think is what they're called.
So you guys ever seen like a UFO or anything like that? Have you ever seen anything where you couldn't explain it?
Not like firsthand.
I did get an
It's like
A.
that tinfoil hat.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did get an A on a test one time at school that was pretty alien. It's pretty unexpected. Is
there another Sam?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. So
my brother and I were out at park when we were kids. We were just on these swings, and it was a nice summer day, and big white fluffy clouds in the sky, but then big patches of blue sky as well. Okay, so you know those really nice fluffy clouds, and we saw this thing dart out from behind one of the clouds.
Ooh.
And it darted out and it hung there in like the blue empty space. And then it just suddenly moved a little bit and then darted back like it was gone.
Mm.
And my brother and I looked at each other like, what did we just see? Right? I don't think we ever talked about it. That's probably good.
Do you have fireflies in Canada?
Fireflies, yeah. But this is daytime.
Oh.
Yeah, this is daytime and this is, way up in the clouds as well.
Okay.
And so that could have been like drone technology, because we know like governments have all sorts of tech that
Right.
they're not going to reveal or share with us or anyone else, right? Because that would be silly. Hey, they've got foreign enemies; they're not going to tell us everything. So it could have been that, or it could have been something else. I don't know, but I couldn't identify it.
I mean, there's lots of videotaping and stuff that's kind of interesting, and I believe it can be technology that's just being developed too, but it's interesting when they do the ones with like the military pilots and they're chasing something. And they don't know what they're chasing. You would think they would know what they're following, if it's part of the military, but maybe, they keep it a secret from them too.
Yeah.
So.
So I kind of wonder because there's a lot of theories right now on aliens, right? Some people think that they come from, a different planet, different solar system, maybe even like different universe, right?
Yeah.
Universe. And then some people think that they're actually us from the future.
Ooh.
Or something we developed.
Some time travel. Nice.
Yeah, maybe time travel. And then, there's the interdimensional beings,
right?
The demonic. And so there's that theory as well. I kind of wonder if maybe it could be a bunch of theories at once.
Yeah.
Maybe there's competing forces within all of that too.
Or maybe they can all be right.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But then also the other thing I have that kind of bothers me is I've never seen or encountered an alien. So I hear all these stories all the time, but I've never really seen it. And I don't know anyone else who has. And then also, when these stories are being told, there isn't much evidence other than, eyewitness account, like what I just gave you,
right?
Like what my brother and I saw, right? So I don't know what to do with all of that.
Yeah.
So how do I know it's not just a big psyop?
Well, it could be. I mean, remember that movie, or not movie, it was a TV series. It could have been a movie as well. But V, that it was in the 80s where they had human like skin, but they were lizards inside.
The reptilian?
Yeah. And I know that reptilians is one of the main 4 alien types. And so maybe they're just disguised. I mean, even the Bible says beware, not beware, but when you do something, you may be entertaining angels.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be a fallen angel. You could be entertaining a fallen angel.
Yeah,
as well as a good, and so they can appear to be, and angels. What I know about angels is they don't all look human. And the 4-headed angels is the one with 1,000 eyes. It has that rotates. I mean, that would be pretty alien if that showed up to me.
That'd be pretty freaky.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you read through Ezekiel, and it's like,
yeah. There you go. So,
Isaiah makes sense. You read Jeremiah, you get to Ezekiel, you're like, what happened?
right.
How did we get from, what these guys are talking about, this concept of repentance, move away from your sinful actions, come back to the one true God. There's these other nations, they're at war, side with these guys, not these guys, be aware of this and that too. Here is this angelic being that's got eyes covering its whole body.
Right. Where'd that come
Yeah, where'd that come from? And you don't see that in the scriptures beforehand as well. Like when you read through, Moses' books, right? Like Genesis, Exodus, etc. You don't see any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think in the divine realm, there's lots of possibility.
Yeah.
There's probably a plethora of different angelic beings. It'd be interesting to. I know Aquinas. They thought he was kind of a doctor of divinity when it comes to the angelic side of things, and actually, even the Catholics claim that God gave him special revelation when it comes to the angelic side of things, which is, I think, a possibility. So it'd be interesting to study his stuff and see what he thought back in the 1200s. Yeah. I don't know. So if you had to sit down with an alien, have lunch with an alien, which one? Because there's the Greys, there's the reptilian shift shakers,
the insects and the Nordics.
Yeah, the insects as well. Okay, so if you got to sit down and have lunch with an alien.
Well, I have a question to start that with. So you said that the common types of aliens are the Greys, the reptilians, the insects, and what was the last one? The Nordics?
Nordics. So they look like. They would look like a Viking type. They're the blonde, kind of the other. Also, I think no. There's the tall whites. I think they're also considered maybe the tall whites.
Yeah, they're full of light.
Yeah, they have a light. They like skin kind of glows, kind of a little bit. They're kind of blonde. Yeah. It's like the vampires in one of those women's movies.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so I think one of the Nordics would be. I think one of the Nordics would be because it would be less intimidating sitting across from somebody that looks more like me, even though they're supposed to be 7 foot tall or something like that. But I think that's just the tall ones. But they get so confusing after a while. But I think the one that looks the most human would be the most interesting. Or that I could sit across with without being nervous.
Most relatable.
Yeah.
Like the bug ones.
I know.
So what do you eat? You just salad? Or
he keeps picking the lettuce off my plate. Yeah. And then every time a roach runs by, he grabs it. I don't. Yeah. So
Spencer, who would you hang out for?
I would want to have a lunch with someone that I would be able to ask a lot of questions. So I would want to talk with the reptilian shapeshifter.
Okay.
I would want to specifically ask him stuff like what do you think of our human conspiracy theories? Because I remember one conspiracy that stood out to me was that Justin Bieber was a reptilian shapeshifter. And
he's just Canadian.
Because their evidence was that there was a clip of him where his eyes kind of shifted while on stage. And so I would like to ask the reptilian, what do you think of those? Is it one of those things where it's oh, do you really think our technology would be so inferior that it would make mistakes like that?
Yeah. That'd be good. Yeah, maybe you would just sit down with Justin Bieber then.
Sit down with Justin Bieber, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Greys. I'd go with the classic Greys. One, they're supposed to be able to read your mind, but also communicate with you. So then I think that would be kind of dope to be able to communicate that way with them. But then also just to have a sense of who they are. Are you guys just clones from the future? Did we make you? Do you guys have underground bases, under the water, like what some people think? You guys seem you're stereotyped in Hollywood, or some of those stereotypes. Right?
Oh, right.
Everyone knows about the Greys, so I think I'd hang out with them.
No, yeah.
I wonder if they ever used a real alien in a movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe Spielberg.
Maybe they got a connection. Maybe Star Wars knew more than we thought.
Yeah.
Who would be the real alien then in Star Wars?
Well, I don't know.
Because there's a lot. It better not be that. What's his name?
Jar Jar.
Oh, if that's the real alien, then we exterminate all.
Yeah, right.
Like, we're
right.
going to war. 100%.
Good old Jar Jar Binks.
Well, I think Chewbacca is just a Bigfoot. I mean, it's yeah.
I like Chewbacca. I'd be okay if that was the real alien. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah. But if it's Jar Jar, I'd lose my mind. I think that's when the whole world unites under one government.
Yeah.
We'd
Well,
just go to.
They would have to send like Yoda, because everybody likes Yoda. You know, that would be the way.
But he's dead.
Well,
oh no, I guess he just acted, right? Yeah.
it was just
Yeah. People die in movies all the time. But like, crap, is it so?
But I mean, E.T. What about E.T.? E.T. could have been real. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, yeah.
what if E.T. comes back with everybody?
Wouldn't he just be in a basket in a
No, he
in a
wobbled.
bike, right?
He wobbles.
Just-
And he was in disguise. I mean, he went out for Halloween.
Oh, right.
So, and he cool.
Had that glowing finger.
Yeah. Ouch.
Oh, how come it's okay? So the last time I saw that movie, I was a kid, so I haven't seen it since then. So I got a lot of like plot holes here. Why did his finger glow?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, I have not watched that movie in well over a decade.
It heals. It heals. Yeah, it is a healing. It's a wand.
His fingers
It's a magic wand.
heals?
Yeah.
Did you ever play a Atari version of E.T.?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I remember the first nerd night that I went to. They some guy was playing. I was like, wow, like because I remember hearing that was considered like the worst video game ever.
It's horrible.
And I was so excited to play it. And I gave it a try. I was like, wow, this is horrible. But I experienced video game history.
My brother and I played it when we were kids. We borrowed an Atari. We grew up with the original Nintendo, but we borrowed an Atari from friends of ours. And they had all these cool games, and they had E.T. And so we thought, okay, we'll play E.T. So we pop the cart in, start playing the game. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Right? It doesn't. So it's actually built like a cube. The game's built like a cube. That's how the world is. That's how, when you move from one level to the next, that's how it's all relating.
Mhm.
But we didn't know that. And then the second part is when they developed that game, they developed it quickly. Like, they had zero time on it. And they had one of the best game developers do it at the time too. And this guy, he was so cocky and full of himself that when they came to him and said, hey, we need it done in X amount of time, which was very limited, he said, no problem, I can do this. Well, it turns out to be one of the worst games ever developed, ever made. And my brother and I didn't understand. We thought we were just retarded. We couldn't even do that. We couldn't get past, anything. We kept falling in a hole. Didn't make any sense. Turns out the game's retarded, not us. So what happened is Atari sold this game back in the day. They couldn't make any money on it. People were sending the game back.
Oh,
They were going back to the stores and demanding their money, right? So then Atari had all these games, and they didn't know what to do with them, so they buried them. They buried them out in Arizona.
Oh, you know what? I think I heard about that.
Yeah, they buried them in Arizona.
sorry, when I'm supposed to wake up.
And so, like, I think what was 30 years later, a guy went on a quest, and his side quest was to see if he could find these buried Atari games. And he actually found them.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary out. You got to check it out.
I was going to bring that up. I was going to be, I remember watching that documentary, back, back when I was in high school. I remember watching it.
So this guy could find buried Atari games in a dumpster, right, in Arizona, and it took forever, but he could do that. But we couldn't find Osama bin Laden. Is that wild?
Didn't we find him?
Well, but forever.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
the war gets going. We can't find this dude.
I mean, to be
But
fair,
it takes one guy.
right.
We should just send him after it.
I was gonna say, like, to be fair, like the stakes for Osama bin Laden being found, like he had a lot higher stakes than the Atari.
That's true, but you would think the apparatus of the U.S. government would be a lot bigger than one dude.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. So that was his side quest. So what's your guys' side quest of the summer?
My side quest this summer, I was gonna take like the easy route and be like, oh, I'm training on running, which I mean, it's still a side quest, but I think I started that technically before summer.
How far up are you now?
You know what? I was really proud of myself. The other day, I was able to run like 30 minutes doing like 2 minutes jogging and then 3 minutes walking for like the whole 30 minutes. I did not feel like I was going to die. And so that was pretty great. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, right on. Keep it up.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I think my actual side quest, I remember, we talked a little while ago about, like going to, the local adventure park, water park. I still gotta like, contact my buddies and get them to actually do it.
That's right. Line that up.
Mhm.
That sounds good. Sam?
I'm going to do an in-depth soul searching of who I am, what I am, and why I am. I'm actually, I'm going to start a Bible study with a bunch of men on Wednesdays, and we're going to learn our identity.
That's going to be good.
And so I think that's going to be a fun experience, and who we are and what we can be,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That would be a good, dude, that's going to turn into a main quest.
Mhm.
well, my main quest is always to spread the gospel and to find aliens, but and to uncover deep dark secrets. But yeah, no, I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be a great side quest for my main quest, which is just because I'm such a caregiver and working with people, and I want to go into kind of more with spiritual counseling and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a great way to help lead into that. Going on, learning identities is probably the most important thing because knowing who you are is knowing what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
So
You're right. We get obsessed with things like aliens and all that in our culture, and I think a lot of it is just a side endeavor. It's something that ultimately doesn't matter a whole lot because we fail to even understand ourselves properly,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. Remember that one big side quest people had right before COVID hit? They're gonna storm Area 51.
oh yeah,
Oh, that's right. I remember that. I would. I remember that. I was there 1,000 years ago, or however that meme goes.
What's the years?
Yeah, I remember because I was in college when that was all going on. So I was in like the demographic, and so I remember like all the memes, and we were even talking about it in college. I never went, but I was like, well, like at least they have like uh, uh some like good logic at times. Like, well, they can't stop all of us, like hundreds of thousands of
If
people.
we Zerg rush it, we're bound to get the
Yeah.
future,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
yeah. No, I remember that, but I cannot confirm or deny how successful it was. So I'm going to leave it at that. And
I remember hearing that like the people that did show up, they ended up just having like a festival out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was an excuse to go party out in the desert. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so fascinating. I was doing an FCA event with Marcus, and we were giving out chicken and waffles. And so we had just tons of kids coming through, and a bunch of these kids come up to us. I don't know anything about this, right? And they start talking to us about storming Area 51. I'm like, you can't storm Area 51. They're going to shoot you, right? Like, they're going to
Yeah.
arrest you. Like, guys in black vehicles are going to show up. They've got that place locked down. Oh no, if there's enough of us, we can do it, right? It's the whole Zerg rush mentality. And like a lot of these kids that are coming up to us and saying this, they've got like they fit the meme. They've got the hair colored, dyed hair, right?
Mhm.
They've got the ring here. They fit that totally. And then COVID hits and no one can leave their house. And everyone's afraid to leave their house. So these people that are talking about doing something heroic and storming Area 51 so they can get to know the truth, COVID hits and no one's going to storm the parks. No one's going to storm the streets, right? Like suddenly that courage that was there is just evaporate, completely gone.
Well, wasn't that the whole reason they released COVID? Was to
Stop
the area?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
See, people think Area 51 is real. I'm not sure. Is it real?
I don't know, but those guys are afraid of GoPros out there. Is the Area 51? Yeah, it's a real base. It's a real place.
Think it's a real base?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up like I have like taken off from Area 51 in my flight simulator. And I've also flown through the Bermuda Triangle, and in neither of those places did I encounter aliens.
Okay, so we did. Probably the flight sim people are,
Yeah.
yeah, they're probably reliable sources.
Mhm.
Yeah. There was Art Bell. He did an episode one day. Had this guy who said he was going to fly through Area 51. So he's talking to him on his cell, and Art Bell is chatting with this guy, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm going to fly through Area 51."
Mhm.
And if you listen to the recording, it's pretty spooky.
Yeah.
He's flying through Area 51. And he's like, "Oh, here come some boys." Right? So all of a sudden these jets appear, and he's like, "I'm not going to turn around. They want me to turn around. I'm not going to turn around." And he's like, "Well, I'm just going to go radio silent." And you're listening to this, and then the question is this real or not?
Great. Yeah.
You know, I never did a deep dive to see if it was real or not, but eventually it cuts out. Eventually the call ends, and it ends suddenly. And so, yeah, I wonder-
Sheesh.
Didn't Orson Welles do the same thing? You know, with his deal on what is it? Is it
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, where he just cuts off radio silence and does all this.
Well, he has to
special
because people were
effects.
calling in the
Right? I
police.
mean, but yeah, I mean, could you imagine if it was real? I mean, yeah.
Well, there's another spooky caller in regards to Area 51, right? A former employee. So Art Bell, he would do these he'd have his lines, right?
Hmm.
His late night talk show.
I like him.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the GOAT. So people call in, and he's such a master at handling calls. All these weird conspiracy theorists that call in, and people that seem fairly smart, and others not so much. But he had a great way of handling it all. And so this one former employee, or so it goes, calls in, and he sounds like he's almost on the verge of hysterics. He's losing his mind, and he talks about basically aliens that are within the government system and running things, and how they want to, well, essentially depopulate, right? And then his phone call gets completely cut off. But the thing is, it wasn't just the phone call that got cut off. It was the whole feed. His whole feed got shut down. And the feed didn't get shut down. Later on, he found out it didn't get shut down someplace on the planet, right, where the feed goes through. It was actually a component in the satellite got turned off.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's spooky.
They're watching.
That's spooky.
very.
Yeah.
Watching.
So it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Now, as to Area 51 being real, I don't know how real it is.
Well, I think the place is real, but what they do, I don't know if it's all real. It is a real base. It is known. You know, it's got signage and all that. But what they're doing there, we don't know really.
That's the
the thing. I mean, because there's all kinds of, you get employees that come out and talk about all kinds of things. I like the one, I think it's Level 4 Larry or Area 4 Larry or something like that, which is one of the tall whites, but they can gather together and form a horse. So that you can see a glowing horse running through.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it reminds me of the old Trojan horse kind of a thing. Well, maybe they turned into wood one time and they took over. I don't,
Bring in the glowing horse.
Yeah, I mean that would have been worth more than a wooden one, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, there's all kinds of little stories. You know, is that Bob Larry or Bob? It's a Bob guy or something. There's several stories, but it's interesting. Area 51 is a real place. What they're doing there, we have no idea.
Yeah. Spencer, any final words on Area 51?
Yeah, I was gonna say both with the storm, well, the idea of storming Area 51 and like our talks about right now. It's like in both places. I was thinking like the people at Area 51 definitely know that we're talking about them. So if they were like half as intelligent as we think they are, they would have like moved the extraterrestrial stuff to an actually like really secret place that we don't know about. And so
Yeah, that could hold.
they definitely do not have the extraterrestrials in the actual Area 51 anymore.
Well, you guys, afraid to say this, but I don't believe that Area 51 is real. I believe that it's always been called Area 51, and that's how it is. Thanks for joining us. Next time, we're talking about trauma, and hopefully this wasn't too traumatic. Thanks, boys. Good to see you.